Oh, very funny. So we're gonna start with something new. I've changed my skin. I now look like John, and Headley looks like Headley. I'm sure. Alright, okay. So, we need to build ourselves solar panels. I've already started building solar panels on the roof because I needed power. But we've got to show how to actually do it. Very funny. No, I actually built them legit, thanks. I went mining. Unlike you, Mr. Pigman.
Okay.
Right, okay, so what we'll start with is a solar panel.
No, I've been locked out.
So, solar panels require a generator, 2 electronic circuits, 3 coal dust, and glass. I already know how to do that
Glass.
from the other video. Now, the only thing that you don't know is coal dust. Now, coal dust is just a macerated version of coal. So, stick it in the macerator we created, and you'll get coal dust. So, you only need 3.
You can just furnace it, can't you, as well? You can put coal and coal.
Now, you cook coal. If you cook coal, you'll get creosote oil.
Macerating's, you know, a lot more efficient. But if you haven't got a macerator, if you're stupid, then
No, you get creosote oil. You don't get coal dust.
Yeah,
Do you?
That's
coal
rail.
That's a completely different thing.
Yeah, coal dust is railcraft. No, creosote oil is railcraft.
Ah.
Yes, different. Right, so we'll go set up the solar panel out here, out in the sun.
You know what's fun? Vanilla Minecraft, where it isn't fucking confusing.
Well, learn to play. So,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
right.
If you
So,
put me in a hole one more time, I'm gonna kill you.
right,
Got
next
war
thing we'll
axe.
need is a bat box.
This be your war axe, seeing as though you're Gimli. I should have the sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my diamond sword.
Oh, thank you.
Oh dear God. Right, so bat box. We've got 5 wood, 3 batteries in the middle, and copper cable. We already know how to create those, so just put them in there and you'll get your bat box. And a bat box is just an efficient way of storing any energy that is collected.
sorry.
Okay, so let's just place this here, shall we? Okay, now in this texture pack you've got pretty obvious inputs and outputs. All of the green ones are ones where you can put different types of energy.
I'd say they're yellow. They're
Yellow?
definitely yellow.
They're green.
They're definitely yellow.
Headley, what do you
I
think?
haven't got the texture pack, and on my
yeah.
screen it's a brown box.
It's a brown
with
box.
Sort of lightish brown dot on the one side. That's it.
That's the basic texture pack, yeah. But basically,
My computer can't run texture packs.
these ones are inputs. So, for example, solar power, geothermal, regular generators, anything that goes into it, and it will store it up to 40,000 EU. Everything you want to power needs to come out the other side. I mean, and so we'll need to hook those up with cables. Now, because this is only a very basic solar panel, we can make ourselves some tin cables. Now, the same way you make any other cable, use 3 ingots and you get ultra low current cable. And we can hook these up between the 2. So now that bat box should be getting charged from the one solar panel. Obviously, preferably not with a pigman on it, you'll have sunlight charging it. Now, the only problem with low voltage cable is it can only take so much. The maximum it can hold is 5 solar panels. You exceed 5 solar panels and you exceed the maximum voltage, causing the cables to explode and possibly explode your bat box. Once you get past this, you can then start moving on to low voltage. Low voltage has to take a minimum of copper cables. Copper cables don't explode unless you go up to medium voltage, and so on and so forth. So, once you've got that, you can then use low cable to also power your machines. The only problem with this is that it's not a very good conductor. So you want to get yourself some more copper cable and use that preferably.
That's a piece of meat.
That is a piece of meat. That is called steak.
That is not a copper cable.
I got a copper cable here. Right. Stop griefing me. So we've got a copper cable and you hook that up to all of your machines, for example, in any sort of direction. So the only problem is that with copper cables, the distance that they travel before they lose power is about 4 blocks. So they're alright for small distances, but if you want things to go a pretty long way, you can upgrade to gold, and then eventually to glass fiber cables. I recommend glass fiber cables as obviously they are the best possible one.
Is there a way of stretching out the current, like, mid?
There is a way to use cheap cables. Basically what you do is between 4 different blocks you can hook yourself up another bat box. So what you're doing is you're not transferring it through the cables, you're storing it in intervals. So you could say have 4 blocks, a bat box, 4 blocks, a bat box, and so on.
How do you make a bat box?
A bat box? I literally just said it.
I know, but give me.
Oh dear. Watch the video and you will learn.
I know, but I was going to say, is it more efficient to upgrade the cable, or is it more efficient to keep doing bat box cable?
Definitely upgrade the cable. No, cable.
Okay.
Cable is more expensive, but definitely worth it.
But a lot less stupid. Why are you firing arrows at John's house?
I don't know, he's just trying to decorate. Okay, one of the other things we've got here. One of the other things we've got here is extra storage space and project tables. Now, storage space is basically a wooden chest modified. So we've got 3 iron chests here, and the simplest way is to just coat a regular box in iron. So the same way you'd make an iron furnace, just jam a box in the middle of it and you'll get yourself an iron one. Do the same thing with gold to upgrade it, and then eventually to diamond. But diamond has a mixture of diamond and glass, because if it was full diamond, that'd be damn one expensive chest.
Yeah, it would be damn sexy.
Damn sexy. No, that's what the crystal one's for.
Am I right in thinking that the PC version works the same as the Xbox version in that you cannot put a double wooden chest next to a double wooden chest? You have to put a gap in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, because these would be too overpowered.
I was thinking.
So
an iron ones you don't have, you can
anything above wooden can't make a double.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Because I think a diamond is more than an alchemical chest.
Oh really?
And the other sexy thing we've got in our bag is a bag.
It's a bag in a bag.
It's a bag in a bag. It's bagception. Okay, and in the bag you can put anything you like.
Here's where the fun starts.
Yeah, it's where the fun starts.
But wait, there's more.
But wait. So we already know how to make an alchemical chest because we made one when making the energy condenser. So you make yourself an alchemical chest, and then what you need to do is, if you type in the recipe, alchemical chest, you've got your chest there. Next to it will be the alchemy bags. Light green wool is the one I used, and then you've got to use the covalent dust used from earlier. So just by modifying these and creating them by following the little recipe mode, you can create the dyes you want, add to the wool, and then create your bag. Now the benefit of this is that you have a portable alchemy chest that you can access at any time. And one of the more bonuses is everything inside of it is protected. If the bag were to get destroyed, you just make another one. And all of the items inside will be fine. And also, it's a bit like a safe. If anyone ever gets hold of your alchemical bag, they can't see the same thing you can.
Also, so when you die, the stuff stays in the alchemical bag, so you just need to build yourself another one and you get everything back.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. It's probably one of the better things to get hold of, and is a godsend when mining because you can fill it up. That is literally so much space. So, one of the other cool things.
Mining because you haven't got to keep getting freaking pickaxes.
Yeah, that too. But coming on to that, to save yourself from wasting materials, you can make a cool little thing called a talisman of repair. And in combination with the alchemical chest or bag, you can put that in there and it will repair items over a period of time. So if we look at what that costs, talisman, it's actually really cheap. You use the dust we had before, plus 2 string and a piece of paper. Now hopefully you know how to make the string and paper, so we're going to leave that out.
Paper.
There's some paper. Okay, so once you've made one of them, some string. I have got one. It is absolutely fine, and I now have. What is that?
Paper and string.
That's paper and string. I do not need to make any more bags. Thank you very
You
much.
need to make all the bags.
Oh, one thing to pull up about the bag while we're on it, which happened to me and I got shouted at. When you go into the bag menu, the bag will appear in your hotbar. Don't put the bag in the bag.
Yeah, don't put the bag in the bag because that calls bagception and will cause the server to calculate infinity.
Comprehend infinity.
And
when
boom.
games comprehend infinity. Lots and lots of severe explosions.
Server will break. End of. Okay, so one of the other things I mentioned was the cable being the more efficient would be the crystal cable, or what is that?
Glass fiber.
Glass fiber cable. Thank you. Right. So to make glass shut up. Now to make glass fiber cable, there are two ways of doing it. You have such great staff.
Oh, I'm going zombie hunting.
Right. Okay. So we need to create glass around the outside, and you have two options. You can either use redstone, or you can use
Chris, I'm not jumping that wall again.
silver ingots. Preferably use silver ingots because it's a small little EMC increase, and you'll get extra cables. So now we have 6. You can basically make as many of these as you like, and they'll go as long as you want them to. So you could easily replace this, as long as you have the diamonds and materials to compensate, obviously. So that will just go and you can easily hook that up to anything in any distance. Now the example I've got up here already is one I've created earlier.
Here's one I prepared earlier. Nice ladder climbing, douche.
Shut up! Pressure, Jesus. Right, okay. So this is the maximum input I can put on any cable for regular solar panels. If I put it anywhere else, it will disrupt the flow of energy and won't be as efficient. Now they're obviously not working because it's night, but what I've got is I've got glass fibre insulated cable going all the way down the side of my building, coming up through the floor, and is connected to each of my machines. The back box and all of my other machines here, but underneath I've got copper cable because it's just not really necessary when you're working with a low current. So,
let's have a look, shall we?
Well, if you want.
That's what I should have done in my house, gone freaking underground rather than doing what I did and going through the wall.
You see, in there I've got the joining of the glass fibre, and then to attach to the machines I've got regular copper cable.
And some iron.
And some iron. Have I got iron?
Iron ore at the bottom there.
Oh yeah. Clearly my priorities aren't in the right place at the moment. Right. Okay. So we've got our solar panels sorted, and all we really need to do is focus on upgrading them. We've got different ways of storage. We've now got a project table, and the chests, and an alchemy bag, and a talisman of repair, which will repair our items. And at the moment I've got myself diamond armor because I am expensive. I got fed up with getting killed by zombies, so when I went mining I thought, you know, diamond does the trick for you. And of course,
he's a man of good taste.
Everybody loves a good bit of sirloin steak, so. Oh, nom nom nom. Anyway. Ah, one thing I forgot. To alter your machines, you need a bronze wrench. Now, for bronze wrenches, you have to actually create them out of dust. So, the recipe for that is 1 dust.
What kind of dust?
And 3. Now, that's that. Be careful, you. So, we can create, let's say, 10 of those. Take those out of this bench. Another benefit of the project table, you can leave things in there. So, if we just cook this up, I should just put elevator music. Dear God. Come on, copper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's enough. There we go. Okay. So now we've got our bronze bars. You basically make the shape of a wrench, and we've got our first wrench. Now, the only problem with these is, although it is industrial craft material, there is a chance that if you mine it, you will break the block down to a machine block, losing everything you've worked on, which is bad. So, using a wrench is a must.
Probability figure, or is it just completely random?
It depends what you use. In this case, I'm using a bronze wrench. A bronze wrench has an 80% chance of success.
Whereas a pickaxe has 20.
Does it really? I thought a pickaxe was 0.
No, it's a 20% chance.
Well, there you go. There's something to learn something new every day. Yeah, so if we want to pick up our stuff, right click and we get the solar panel back.
I'd so laugh if it was just
if it was just like a generator machine. Right. The same thing you can do with a wrench is you can change the output of where the energy goes. So by right clicking on one of the faces that isn't correct, you can just edit it.
And you can also get rid of it too by clicking it twice.
Yeah, and if you double click on it, boom, you get your bat box back. Now it's the same with all of the industrial craft machines, whereas Buildcraft is a little bit different. They like to be friendly to their users, so anything that you do just gets put straight into your inventory with a pick, and that's an arrow to the knee.
He used to be
animal cruelty.
He used to be a pigman until he took an arrow to the knee.
Now,
I'm still a pigman. I'm just slightly more.
When you start working with more advanced machines, you're not going to want this possibility of things breaking. So there is a way to change this, and that is electrical tools. Now,
I still haven't got that far.
You managed to have all this lovely stuff, and yet you still haven't bothered to make electrical tools.
Nothing's
Right.
broken yet.
Yeah, he
The
says.
zombies about to fall in the lava. I'm gonna go stare at and laugh. Carry on.
Okay, so an electric wrench consists of three things. An untapped wrench. So actually what we could do, now we've got a talisman of repair, is you could place that in there, and as you can see, the mode is slowly going down. So the number's changing, meaning that it's getting closer to the original fixed version. So once that's fixed, we can use that in an electrical wrench. Now, an electrical wrench consists of a regular wrench that we've just made, electronic circuit, and a battery to store some power. Now, they don't actually hold too much power, but it's enough. I've actually got one built from earlier.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Oh, you know, that's called efficiency. Now, the cool thing about an electric wrench is that if you hold M and right click, it has two modes. You have lossless wrench mode. You can lossless wrench mode. You can either enable or disable this. Lossless wrench mode means that you have a 100% chance to get your machine back. The only problem is it has a chance to use all of the energy in the wrench, and you'll have to recharge it. So that being an issue, you could easily just shove it straight into your bat box, and your bat box will charge it. Or you could make yourself a charging bench, which is hooked up and can have direct power from your energy source. Say your energy sources kick out more power than what you've stored, so you could sort of like sort out your wires and figure out a nicer way to do things. Now, other than that, you can turn it into a lossless off, and it will be a regular wrench using less power. It has all the abilities of a regular wrench and can be used on any industrial craft machine. So,
it's a breakfast cereal.
It's not a breakfast cereal.
Now, something I'm going to work towards is getting ourselves
it's
a breakfast cereal.
Cookie Chris, promotion, trademark, sponsor. All the above. Don't sue us.
One of the things we want to work towards is low voltage, medium voltage, and eventually high voltage. So the way this works out is you need 8 regular solar panels. So we've now got 6 in total. We need 2 more, and then we can make ourselves a low voltage, which requires a low voltage transformer. Each one requires the next level of transformer, requiring more materials and becoming more complex. Now, by using the too many items or not enough items, you can actually use the recipes to find out what these are, and then easily navigate your way to the more expensive versions of power.